Clock in, clock in. Black got it just walked in.
Yeah. He already dead, it ain't no need to check his vitals, bitch. He already dead, it ain't no need to check his vitals. Yeah, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. Let go, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. Yeah, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. Let go, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. He dead.
Team Black gotta stand up, man. Yeah. Right now we got another video with one of Juvy's parents. And shout out to Simone Carter for sending me this video on Instagram. But obviously I don't think Juvy dad got anything good at all to say. And since they couldn't get his mom on the stand, I guess they got his dad to express how he feel on this interview. Let's watch it real quick.
Melly is saying that he is innocent. His defense attorneys are saying the state can't prove its case. But it's my understanding you believed from the very beginning that Melly was responsible for your son's death and the death of Anthony.
From the day one, I believe that.
Damn, from day one?
For my son's death on October 26th when I first heard the story, because his explanation, when I finally talked to him in Cortland on a FaceTime, their response and how they was reacting, they showed no remorse. They didn't act like they was grieving, like they lost a best friend or nothing.
Ain't no way.
In my opinion, they was in the best spirits.
What?
They never came to town, never came to my son's funeral, never came to Sack funeral. And these are your best friends. He passed straight through the county of Indian River, went to Brevard and did a music video, but he couldn't even stop and pay his condolences to his best friend's mom. He even got Jana tatted on his neck. That's why his defense attorney got him wearing turtlenecks and shirts to hide his neck, because he got the Jana tatted on his neck.
Who's Jana?
That's Sack mom's name. And he
oh,
got Chris
okay. What the hell, you heard me or something? But hold up, man. This is a crazy accusation to make. Like, this man literally just said he believed that they did it from day one. Now, what on earth would make you believe they did it from day one? And then he started mentioning things like they wasn't pulling up afterwards. Shit, I wouldn't pull up afterwards either. You felt like it was from day one, just like you felt my demeanor on the phone like I did. I felt your demeanor like you felt like I did something. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, Melly them could have the same argument that he's having at this moment. You feel me? Like, everybody's tensions are high, everybody's emotional about the situation. He trying to figure out what's going on. That's his son, obviously.
This guy, that guy is just, I have no words for that guy.
Damn.
What was it in particular that was said on that FaceTime that made you think that Melly was responsible?
Nothing was said. Actually, it was like the demeanor. It was like the body language, really.
His body language.
I was just reading them, and as I'm telling them and asking them questions, I got so emotional, I started crying. They wasn't reacting to, they act like they didn't have to take a loss at all. That's how I took it. And then when I was talking to them, I still had in the back of my mind that something's not right. Something's not right.
Did they tell you anything about what they claimed happened with the drive-by they claim happened?
No, they had absolutely no explanation. Like, we had to figure it out just like the police.
Chris, why do you think that this happened? Why do you think, Melly did this? Because, Melly is on trial. The state has to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt that he committed these crimes. But why do you think this happened?
I think the story about the $200,000 with Anthony was a true story, because it's not reported, but Chris told me the same story. And also with a $500,000 play, and Melly was going to get $200,000. Sack was going to get $200,000.
I know this is not about to be about no money, man.
$200,000. Chris was going to get $100,000. And as I'm hearing it from Chris, they was going to sell the YNW brand.
Whoa.
Not a record deal or nothing like that. It was like for the brand itself. And by them being founding members, they was going to get a piece of the pie. So I don't think Melly did it on his own. I think that manager guy got in his ear and did a little divide and conquer. Because if it was up to Sack, it would never be a 100K management.
They were going to sell the YNW name for licensing or to sell products? Or what do you mean they were going to sell the name?
For marketing, licensing, stuff like that. I think they want to go up on the big umbrella just to push them, I think. Push the brand more global. That's what I'm thinking.
And so,
damn, y'all, this is a strong accusation. And for him to say this so confident like this got me tripping a little bit.
You think that Melly wanted a bigger cut of that then?
I think Melly didn't want to give them guys nothing. He wanted to be the only one to shine. And then they came to town next day and gave
Now this is super strong
the
accusation.
mothers 15,000, the other mother 10,000. So I thought to myself, if Sack was going to get 200,000, Chris was getting 100,000.
Damn.
If we could pay these people 25,000, keep 275,000, that's how I saw it. It just nothing added up. And Melly still to this day to be in to for me to hear him call them boys his best friend is an insult. That is an insult.
Was there any sign of bad blood before your son's life was taken and before Anthony was killed? Or was there any tension there that you knew of?
Not with Juvy, not with Chris, but you heard things about him and Anthony getting into like altercations about disputes about money over certain situations, and they got in a fight prior to that, and they said like the story that they say Sack beat him up and knocked his goals out in front of his girlfriend, and like 2 days later, I think that's when the incident happened.
Like, damn, Pops. Boy, you got a lot of stories, Pop. I know you ain't just say Melly got knocked out and then did this 2 days later. Ain't no way.
Something that has to be really hard about this is the fact that there are relatives here, relatives of Cortland Henry, who are also relatives of the victims.
Yes. Chris and Cortland share a sister, and she's my daughter. Her and Chris had the same dad, which is me, and her and Cortland share the same mom. And she took the side of Melly. She still to this day screams Free Melly all on her Facebook, Instagram. She'll go live with the Free Melly shirts, and they just got her brainwashed with the money. They just showering her with gifts and Cortland and got my daughter just brainwashed to the fact that she wishing the killer of her brother was free. I just don't understand that. That's a heartbreaking feeling, man. For me to see that daily, her saying that, that's just heartbreaking.
Do you talk to your daughter about this?
We haven't talked. She was living with me up until the time shortly after the funerals, and then we went our separate ways. I haven't talked to her in over 2 years.
So it sounds like you've lost 2 children.
Yes, ma'am. Them the 2 that look like me the most, and it's crazy.
Are you hoping that this trial, maybe at the end, things can change with your daughter?
Yeah, once she see the truth and them boys get convicted, I'm hoping that her whole demeanor change. But knowing them, they're going to be like, wait till the appeal. He's still innocent. Wait till the appeal. But just have to wait and see, man.
He's so confident too, y'all.
I feel like so often you get into the evidence and really the victims get lost in these trials. Just any final words about your son?
It's always forever long live Juvy. I miss him and love him to death. He got a lot of Melly fans that be spamming my inbox and all over. Even y'all guys chat talking about Free Melly. But one of their loved ones was to get murdered. And imagine the whole world saying free the alleged killer of that guy. It just make you feel some type of way and just want to crash out yourself because I don't know. First they trying to make it seem like Chris and Sack was extorting Melly, which is a false narrative that his camp painted. That was never true. And Chris never did nothing to nobody. They can't even say nothing he did to Melly. Nothing that they can't show anything that made him want to do anything to Chris. And that's what got me the way I'm feeling because Chris never did anything and he loved that dude. And that dude did that to him. I never accept that. And to everybody that's on his side, is on the opposite side of me.
If he's convicted, would you like him to get the death penalty?
Because I heard, Pop.
He's the first person to go, have the death penalty as a potential punishment since the law change lowered the threshold for it.
Yes, eye for an eye. Old Testament. I think he deserved it. Because they show no remorse. They still trying to badmouth these boys. And when it happened, Melly and Kristen had Instagram pages. He went on his page. They went on his page. Whoever took all the pictures down of Chris and Anthony and made it look like they was never existed. If he's so innocent, they never put up a reward to find the killer. They never did a tribute. They never did anything. They even pushed Chris' funeral back from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. just so Melly could make it, and he still didn't show up. And he never showed up to Sack funeral. So this your best friend, and you don't even come to the funeral? That just, I don't know, man. That guy deserves everything coming his way. And I have no sympathy for him.
Damn, how I'm supposed to feel about this, man? This man dad just sat here and said he has no sympathy at all for him. He deserves everything coming his way. But one thing I cannot agree with him saying is he deserved a penalty. You dead ass wrong. Don't nobody deserve that. You're a little bit too hot out you. You need some milk for that. Understand you upset, but come on, man. This eye for an eye bullshit, that's just pure bullshit. I need y'all to let me know something. How y'all feel? Do y'all feel like he has a reason to be confident? Or a lot of the stuff we've been seeing that look like it's in the favor of Melly really ain't?